What's up, guys? This is former Rookie of the Year, All-Pro and two-time Pro Bowl running back Clint Portis, and you are listening to the Benched Podcast.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Bench Podcast. My name is Joey, joined as always by my brother and co-host Angel. How you doing, man? Episode 149.
149. We were one away. We were pre-show. I was looking at. We were one away from 150 episodes.
That's pretty wild.
That's crazy.
Pretty wild. This show is for Monday, August 25th, 2024. Also insane that we're almost through August.
Yeah.
The weather's getting a little cooler.
Yeah.
The sun's going down a little sooner.
It's nice.
Football
man.
is 10 days away.
10 days.
10 days away. Ravens, Chiefs, September 5th. Cannot wait. On today's episode, we're going to get into the news. There's a lot of news. People getting signed. People getting traded. We got cut day tomorrow.
Yeah.
As far as when you're listening to this on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So cut day Tuesday, that's a huge thing for so many players trying to make the team. Some surprise names out there. Maybe a Miles Sanders cut. Maybe a little bit of a, who else?
Samaje Perine, Broncos
Samaje
guy.
Perine,
might be a guy cut.
And some just people
that we don't
will
expect.
surprise us.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
So that, and then of course at the end of this, not at the end of this episode, but the second half of this episode is our final mock draft for this season. We're gonna go a little Dynasty mode this time. So that'd be fun.
People do Dynasty a lot more now.
It's catching on.
Yeah, it's
You know what? People are growing up.
it makes you feel like more of a GM
Yeah.
because you think about age and all that stuff. Probably a little too much, but it's fun.
I think in the recent years, people have probably gotten to fantasy football, and then they realize like, wait, this gets even better in a Dynasty mode.
Yeah.
I feel more like a GM.
Yeah, which
So,
we kind of are.
Yeah, I think people are into it. No, we're not.
Well, if Joe Shine, whatever the guy's name is for the
Minus the
Giants,
salary.
with the Giants, I could do as much research as Joe, whatever the fuck his name is, the
Yeah.
Giants GM.
But you would get taken advantage by guys like Howie Roseman, just
Absolutely,
like he does.
I would trade Jahan Dotson for nothing.
We'll talk about that. If you're following us here on YouTube, welcome to the channel.
Hi.
If you're new, thank you for joining us. Please subscribe, turn on notifications, share it with a friend. We are 10 days away from the NFL season, and people are looking to be walked through the NFL season and just have a good-ass time talking about ball, and that's what we do here 3 times a week, no matter what, all year long. Yeah. And so make sure you're subscribed for that. Share it with a buddy. If you're listening on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, wherever you get your podcasts, thanks for joining the audio version of the Bench Podcast, of course, brought to you by the Fans First Sports Network.
I need something for the audio listeners because I say hi to the YouTube guys.
No, please. No.
Hello.
Let me cook.
Yeah.
Let me cook. Like
No. I don't need you interrupting me anymore.
like I'll talk really close to the mic. Like hello.
Make sure, no, see, that's what I don't want. See what's happening right now? I would have been done with this stuff already.
Sorry. What's up, guys?
Subscribe, turn on notifications, leave a review, share that with friends as well. Then podcast, man. Those fun times.
Yeah.
Of course, follow us between the show on Instagram, X, and TikTok. All those platforms, search at Bench Show to keep up there. And, of course, check out benchshow.com. Sign up for the Bench Report for free. That's going to start going out here next week. A little betting advice. Can I legally call it advice? Little betting opinions.
That's good.
Some exclusive content there, some video stuff, just some fun stuff. Absolutely free, so make sure you're signed up for that.
Some
and
foot
of course,
action. Some feet.
Angel, I can't say exclusive content with Angel's mind just immediately going to OnlyFans. So
Some feet stuff.
we know Angel's scroll.
boys.
We know Angel's scroll history.
We got some. Yeah.
Yep. Why can't we be mature? Can I get through this? Damn it!
We're feeling good, man. Football's almost back.
Almost back 10 days.
No, that's not a reason. I gotta talk about feet. I just got
in
to.
the air.
Yeah, but it's also the same place you want to go if you want to sign up for our Bench Warmers Fantasy Football League. So far, we have 2 leagues. We're going to be launching here in the next week. We still have time if you want to sign up. Go to benchshow.com, scroll all the way to the bottom, put in your email address, and you are officially signed up for the Bench Warmers Fantasy Football Leagues. Those are going to be fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's going to be really fun.
How far did you get last year?
Not very far.
Yeah.
I did not make
you
the
had a bad.
You drafted more Dynasty.
Yeah,
I remember.
Yeah, my mind wasn't in there. I got all rookies. It's like my team's going to be stacked.
You wait.
If I had my team from last year, be done.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well. But yeah, that's where you sign up for that. And of course, check out the Benched beat articles on Fandom, Fantasy, and all things NFL. Tomorrow, we have a article dropping Greg's over-unders for the year. Very pumped about that. We'll also talk about that on Wednesday's show. So I'm into all of that. All right, boys. August is wrapping up.
It's already the 25th. That's crazy.
August dipped, man.
Yeah, August went fast, which is great because September is when football is back in our
No,
lives.
there's normally like this time of year, every year we get ready for football. It feels like August drags, but
That's very true.
flew.
Hey, was training camp kind of boring?
There was just no big stories this year.
You know what's good? Knock on wood. Knock on every piece of wood you have. There's no crazy injuries. That's why I feel. That's why it's nice.
Yeah. Sorry for the guys who tore their ACL and
the
guys who did get hurt.
Yeah, sorry. Well, not any
they were crazy enough.
Not any
I know what you mean.
yeah,
I know what you mean.
not any huge ones.
But I mean, with the
And there's not 4 weeks of preseason no more.
The Caleb Williams story has been pretty fun with Hard Knocks and everything.
that's been fun. And honestly, you know what's been like the main story and not very fun is the Ayuk thing.
Yeah.
Like that's what's kind of held us, and everyone's kind of sick of it. It's not a fun storyline anymore.
I don't even think it's on our show doc today. 'Cause we're so tired of it.
So we're bringing this up.
We're not covering it.
We're not covering it today.
Like I'm done with it.
Yeah.
Let's get into the news. All right, before we get into news, I made a grave mistake and did not introduce.
Huge.
My bad. I did not introduce over there at the producer's desk, double barrel action, registered Packer owner, and 605 and a good day, Gabe Tover, AJ Woodson. Sorry about that, boys.
Baby.
My bad.
That's all right.
Guys, we have a huge thing coming up
you
here
have a lot of
where
good
our teams are opening up the season.
No.
Like playing each other. And we're watching in the same room, right? Is that still the plan?
Yep. I got my Jalen Hurts jersey ready.
I haven't watched a game with Gabe in an Eagles-Packers game with Gabe in years.
It's crazy how as we get closer, the tensity just gets like I'm a little bit annoyed. I'm a little bit more annoyed with
the
you
what?
guys.
The tensity.
Intensity.
Oh,
Did I say intensity?
Ooh, I like that, though.
Yeah.
Intensity.
The
But, like,
tensity in this room
it's just
is
like-
thick.
It's like as the game gets closer, I get a little bit more annoyed with your guys' faces.
What up?
Just because you're Eagle fans.
It's gonna be a good game.
gonna be an
though.
interesting night.
Packers Eagles. That's a good game on like just in general. That's a great game to open.
In Brazil
Yeah.
with Anita.
Anita.
Good times.
It's gonna be a great day of television.
Yep.
I wonder if they show the
Get
whole.
that out of your system.
I'm trying to hold myself back.
Let's get into the news. This is kind of funny. Jim Harbaugh from the LA Chargers, of course, says Justin Herbert was a leader. While stuck in the elevator with 11 players for 2 hours, everyone came out sweating, some even shirtless. What
Nice.
the hell happened in the elevator? Except Herbert. Kept the shirt on. That's leadership.
That's leadership.
That's leadership.
That's
Harbaugh says, that was another thing that blew me away. The guy is just a beast.
he's easily impressed.
Herbert did his laundry today.
Yeah, he
Separated his whites from his darks.
He's a leader.
he put gas
Leader.
in his car. He didn't have someone else put it in for him.
Poor guys that took their shirt off just because it was burning hot.
I know.
You don't want it. You don't want that.
There's linemen like, bro, I'm 345 pounds.
Some guy got cut because he took his shirt off.
Like, oh, you're a bitch. Cut him.
Jim Harbaugh's going to be so much fun all year. And you know what's going to be the funnier thing? They're going to be so much better.
Did you hear his quote about apparently he had a good day of practice?
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm gonna go take my date, take my wife on a date.
I'm going to take Mr. Harbaugh out.
like, you're just horny right now.
He's
I
fun,
think.
man. He's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, he's-
What isn't fun is crime.
Crime.
That's what's not fun.
Crime is never
And
fun.
that brings us to the Harrison family. The Fanatics lawsuit. You guys remember that with Marvin Harrison Jr.? Listen to this one. Fanatics expands their lawsuit against Marvin Harrison Jr. to include Marvin Harrison Sr. as also a defendant. Both Harrisons are now accused of fraud, thanks to a parent signature shell game. I don't know as much about this as Angel does. Angel, clue us in.
Okay. So basically, Marvin Harrison Jr. was going to sign a contract with Fanatics for whatever. But a little bait and switch, they're both named Marvin Harrison Jr., so the dad signs it. And now,
So now he can't be held
and they
accountable.
did it in a way where you can't really tell if it's the father or the son signing it. That's why Fanatics is suing them for fraud.
These dudes, man.
Isn't that crazy? It's like, that's a stupid plan.
Why?
Because Marvin Harrison's a gangster. Have
That-
you heard about this man?
Because that way, like, it makes it easier for him to do other deals if it's not him, if it's dad's side. That's wild.
See, that's so annoying.
It's
though.
annoying
Like,
and-
yeah, because
and-
now we can't move forward. With
And that's
it.
why, I'm not sure if you can now, couldn't buy a jersey because they wanted to do this little shell game of, oh, this is my dad's signature. It's actually not mine, so I didn't really want to sign that. That's the whole thing. That's literally it. That's stupid.
That's wild, man. I mean, just Marvin Harrison.
You're like trying to be annoying at this game.
Like, if you look into his career, like the things he was involved in while
he's-
playing the NFL,
yeah.
he's a shady dude.
Questionable.
And so the fact that now him and his son are just tag team
in this
fraud,
thing. Yeah.
That's just, come on.
Really good high character guy. Hopefully his son doesn't do this shit because I don't understand. He's the Hall of Fame.
He's
Why
literally
not?
doing it right now. So we'll see how this goes. Harrison family.
What does that gain you? Like,
I mean, there's going to gain him some.
It gains Marvin Harrison Jr. flexibility to sign other stuff because they can just say, "Oh, this is my dad." It's like, well, why did you? It's just stupid. It's dumb.
Yeah, it's also bad for the players because
Right.
now this all the players are gonna pay because of this.
Yeah.
Like in the next CBA, they're gonna make it so this can't happen, and it's gonna end up costing some players something.
Yep.
Some kind of flexibility, something.
Weird.
And it's just I don't know. I'm looking forward to see how this plays out. It's gonna be. I'm sure there's gonna be one of those long, forever drawn out things, but eventually. Let's move on here to the Cowboys' future. Trey Lance. Had 5 picks in the Cowboys preseason finale. When asked about it after, he says, "Just gotta flush it. You just gotta
move on.
Get all the bad balls out early.
That's literally what he said. He's got to flush it and move on. Now, he did look really good as a runner.
Sweet.
He looked very good as a runner, but the 5 picks against the third stringers, slight problem.
Yeah.
Slight problem there.
So the Cowboys in great shape.
Jerry Jones,
Here we go.
what's it called?
Well,
Bargaining position takes another
He
hit.
also said, I'm not sure if it was via 4 or like after. He guaranteed that he would make the 53-man roster.
He said Trey Lance will be on the roster.
He guaranteed it.
This man is running the organization into the ground. Yep.
That's crazy.
like Cowboys.
With every Trey Lance start, I feel like Dak's number's just going up.
Serious question. Is this the start of the downfall until, I mean, you know, we're not hoping he passes
it's
away,
clearly
but I'm saying,
looking like it.
is this the start where it's like it's never going to be the same in Dallas?
Okay, let's look what's
Until
still,
leadership's gone?
Let's look what's still on the table though, because he could sign Dak tomorrow. He could sign CD tomorrow. So let's say that happens, then where are they as an organization? You kind of made this point, and they could still have a really good season.
Yeah.
But I think it's just all the bad vibes.
Juju going on.
When asked about, do you see what he said when he asked about McCarthy playing on with no contract? Or sorry, coaching with no contract? He kept bringing up the playoff game. Basically saying, he disappointed me in that game. Unless he does better this year, I'm not going to re-sign him. You know how hard it is to coach when the entire locker room knows, this guy not going to be here. I'm probably going to be here longer than the head coach. Jerry Jones just mismanaging this whole thing because he's an owner. He's not whatever he thinks he is in that organization.
And then apparently
he's not capable.
Apparently he's trying to lowball CeeDee Lamb, offer him 32 or 33. After last year, he deserved to be the highest paid. I don't care what you think about it.
So
Jerry
CeeDee
Jones.
Lamb's on his rookie contract, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is game changer for me when I learned about this. He's on his rookie contract, so that means you get fined according to your contract. So his fines are minuscule,
Yeah.
and since they're on his rookie contract, they can be forgiven with whoever he signs his next contract with. So literally, his fines are all fugazi. They're going to be erased anyway because in whatever negotiating his next contract, he's going to negotiate it with you're also going to get rid of those fines.
Yeah.
So it's just he has all the high ground here. He's just not going to play. He's just not going to play.
This sucks because he's a good player and one of the best wideouts in the game, if not the best. And because Jerry Jones doesn't want to pay him $3 more million after he's what do they rank as far as expensive franchises or teams in
Number one in American sports.
Insane.
In North American sports, number 1.
Outside Le'Veon Bell, is there another situation like this where a star sat out?
Missed the whole season.
Deshaun Watson, we still don't know if he's good or not. Well, that was
I think the verdict's out on that one.
That was a suspension.
He gets 1 more year.
Hey, I heard something pretty interesting about that, and Joey, I'd like to hear your opinion on that.
I would like to get my opinion too.
Okay, but you'll understand why.
Shut up, man. Just shut your mouth.
You'll understand why I asked Joey.
I'm just kidding.
I got him up.
Someone said, should we start looking at Deshaun Watson like Carson Wentz? One magical season, and never lived up to be that guy again.
Watson more than one, but I get what you're saying. But Watson more than
Right?
one.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
he
he had a
definitely
run.
showed more. Yeah.
He had a run, but I mean,
I hope not.
Like-
I hope not.
he's also had a run now of a very terrible
Yeah.
quarterback play. This is last year.
But Joey, he won games when
he was a starter last year.
That's Angel's voice for the general
I
public.
hate that argument.
Yeah, he's 5-1 in the starter last year, so apparently he still has stuff in the tank. Listen, we want him to be good.
Yeah.
We like the guy. But the numbers are the numbers. And when we brought this up last time, we had a whole bunch of people in our comments with that 5-1 stat. And with, hey, we don't know what we're talking
Such
about.
a weak
This guy's a
argument,
stud.
dude.
He has been, at the very best, average. When he's at his best, when he's cooking with the Browns, he's just been an average quarterback. They've been better with Jacoby Brissett. They made the playoffs with a mixture of DTR and whoever else you want to throw in there last year. So it's just a good roster, right? They're going to make the playoffs with terrible quarterback play. and they should be a Super Bowl favorite with someone like Deshaun Watson, and they're not until we see him play at a different pace. So, anyways, to answer your question, I think he has a little bit more on his resume than Carson had. Carson had the one season, and Carson, it changed with him with an injury. This changed with a holdout. So I think there's some similarities, but I'd say it's a little different. I'd say it's a little different.
Hopefully not. Carson Wentz that's a sad story. I don't want to see it happen again to Watson, but it might.
He's in a great spot. Back up for the Chiefs now.
Yeah.
He's gonna get a ring for just sitting there.
Just sitting there holding
Just like last time.
Mahomes clipboard. That's
He's
true.
got so many rings.
Just him sitting there.
Okay, we have one more Jerry Jones quote here. Of course, we know Deron Bland went down, I think 6 to 8 weeks with a fractured foot.
Fractured foot. All pro Deron Bland.
He then went on and said, "We will not be looking for cornerback help after Deron Bland injury." So,
but they're all in. They're all in. They're all in.
all in.
Deron.
I feel bad for Cowboy fans, man. This just
Honestly, yeah.
He just refusing to do anything.
just sucks
Now
for
he's just
them.
out to prove a point to everyone else. Like, you say I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do the opposite.
Stubborn old man. Now.
Yep.
That's
That's
call
what
it
it-
what it is.
Like, there's quality corners. I think Xavier Howard, he's a free agent. Go see it.
Yeah.
Gilmore just got signed.
You just lost Gilmore. Gilmore played well for you last year. It's just, why wouldn't you want to replace the guy? Why do you have to put that stress on your team? Just sign somebody, replace him, and then, it's not that hard.
Their season's going to be so interesting.
It could,
Because if they struggle, like, can you pull up, pull up their schedule?
There's gonna be
Quick.
some blood that's gonna be shed, man. That's
but
Like, what if they start the season
like 0-4 or something.
Yeah.
well, there's not.
It's going to be a train wreck. Sorry, I keep cutting you
No,
off.
there's not gonna be blood because Jerry Jones owns the team, ends the GM, so the GM's not gonna get
Well,
fired.
that's exactly what I'm saying though.
No,
Like,
yeah,
is,
what's gonna
is-
happen?
is this the start where it's
Who's-
like it'll never be the same there?
Who's the coordinators for the Cowboys? Like, possible interim head coaches if they fire McCarthy.
Quinn, right? Not Quinn.
It's probably his nephew or something.
Zimmer. It's probably Zimmer. Zimmer or, some guy named Jones.
Who's?
Calvin Jones.
I don't know who their offensive coordinator. Oh,
Zimmer.
it's what's his name?
Zimmer and
old boy
I can't remember.
from
his name.
Seattle. Yeah. But he would be. I'm trying to think if they have an interim lined up, or like
Zimmer.
or who would be is the special teams coordinator.
Why do you keep
Fussell.
ignoring Zimmer?
Well,
It's gonna be Zimmer.
Yeah. God, that's boring too.
Yeah. You got their schedule?
Easy.
I have their schedule. Yeah. Coming out the gate.
What's their first 6 games?
So we've got at Cleveland,
Okay.
home against New Orleans,
That's a win.
home against Baltimore, at the Giants.
Okay, so they're three.
I haven't met-
Realistically, 3-1 right now.
2 and
Or
2 and 2.
maybe 2-2.
What do we think about that Browns game?
Then at Pittsburgh and home against Detroit. Then the bye week.
That could be
is
2
the
losses in a
7th.
row right there.
Yeah.
There's a chance they're at
2 and
4 going into the bye.
by going
2 and 4 going to the bye.
Then they come out of the bye. San Francisco, Atlanta, Philly, Houston.
It's a nice 4. Sweet.
Let's say they just win one of those games. They're at what 3-7.
Yeah, jeez.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's a disaster.
And this is without CeeDee Lamb as of right now.
And this is all in.
And they're all in.
So-
this is without Bland for at least 4 of those games, without CeeDee Lamb for who knows how long.
I wonder if he trades Dak Prescott during the season.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
That would be. That would be.
Or else you lose him for the end of the season for no one.
Wait, he has no trade, so it'd have to be a sign and trade deal, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's just early free agency for him.
Hey, New York Giants, it's right there.
Whatever you have.
Just do it. Whatever
Yeah.
you.
Whatever
honestly,
you have.
whatever.
Your children,
Take Thibodeau.
your house, Thibodeau.
Take Thibodeau. Don't take
Coordinators.
Burns. Dak Prescott on the Giants would be sweet.
The Jersey Pike.
Take the bike. But anyways, that's enough for the Cowboys.
We're done.
We're done.
We're not talking
But
about
they're
the
all in.
Yeah.
But we're done.
Let's move ahead here to the team that's going to win the division. Philadelphia Eagles made a trade. AJ, we got a new number 3 receiver.
Yep.
Washington, in a brilliant move, is sending former first-round pick Jahan Dotson and a 5th-round pick to the Eagles in exchange for a 3rd-round and 2 7th-round picks. So basically, we get Sean Watson for a 3rd. It was an extra 3rd that we had gained during the draft for moving inside the draft. And so we still have a 3rd. We trade him for a 3rd, and we exchange a 2 7ths for a 5th.
So this 3rd was just playing with house money. The one that you sent. Like,
we had an extra.
Wasn't really ours. Like, we kind of had an extra one. Yeah, that's okay. Let's say let's both sides here.
Let's start with the Eagles. It's
Yeah.
a great fit. They've been looking for a number 3 receiver. They weren't happy, obviously, with Paris Campbell.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? Devontae Parker, someone who they liked, retired. Everyone else there just didn't quite fit.
Yeah.
I think Roman Wilson was there. Johnny Wilson.
Yeah.
And then
That's
this is
that
what
6'6" guy.
Yeah, rookie from Michigan, I think. He didn't work out. And so they go get Jahan Dotson, a former first-round pick from the Commanders, who, let's go over to the Commanders side now, just didn't fit their scheme. We saw him ball out his second year.
his first year. First year.
We saw him about his first year and look legit.
Yeah.
Like legit talent, legit route runner, all these different things. But for whatever reason, did not fit with this new regime. They try to stick him in the slot. They now clear up that spot for someone they drafted in Luke McCaffrey.
Yeah.
And so he'll play the slot for that. And Jahan Dotson's just a casualty of changing regimes, I think.
we were positive on the Commanders. This is the first thing where it's like, that's kind of stupid. That's kind of dumb.
Yeah.
To trade a guy, I told you this earlier, pre-show, when teams trade players because they don't fit the new scheme, I don't like that. Because why don't you just these people are smart. They're coordinators for like a reason. They're operate at the highest level for a reason. Just find a role for him then.
You couldn't
find a place for Jahan Dotson on your team on the field. Like
so Kingsbury has very clear roles for his receivers, right? He has an XYZ.
Yeah.
Right. So he has a clear slot. That's going to be Luke McCaffrey now. The spot that I think he could have just stuck him in is where De'Ami Brown is probably going to play.
Right. The perimeter.
And that's just a field stretcher type guy. The guy can fly, 4.3 speed. Just they want De'Ami Brown there for their chance, and of course Terry McLaurin has the other spot locked up. So they move on, and it's just they get a third. Two for 2 years ago their first becomes a third. That's not great.
Let me put on my tinfoil hat here.
Yeah.
Is this a? I saw this on Twitter right after. I didn't even know whether to believe it or
I
not.
know what you're gonna say.
This is not an IU kind of getting.
That's what everyone said, and then Ari Merov from the 33rd team came out and said there was discussion between those two teams. The Niners did not want Jahan Dotson, and so they passed on him. They wanted, if they weren't going to get a first-round pick, which is a non-starter for the Commanders, they wanted Terry McLaurin. Yep. Terry McLaurin was a non-starter for the Commanders. Talks never went past that. So, that being said, I don't know why they trade Terry McLaurin now, and not as opposed to a couple weeks ago. So I think that's dead in the water. People like it because Ayuk played with Jaden Daniels in college at Arizona State, so that's why people kind of want it to happen, but I don't think that's a real thing. Yeah,
winners and losers just off the bat. Jaden Daniels is his first L because he lost she's lost a weapon.
I mean, I'm interested to see what these new guys do. De'Ami Brown is a guy who's also flashed, not at the level that Jahan Dotson had. And then Luke McCaffrey, I mean, we'll see.
He's third-round pick. I mean, that's
in the slot. We'll see. So I've heard in camp, no one can guard him. So
Scary Terry is just Scary Terry for a reason.
Oh, he's gonna eat
McLaurin. But Philly, good for them. They clean up on.
So pumped about it.
I mean, now you surround Jalen Hurts with like 5 good pass-catching weapons, including Saquon Barkley.
So Kellen Moore loves his 3 receiver sets. Yeah. So he gets his third receiver now. But I think a bigger deal for the Eagles, AJ, I don't know if you're going to agree with this, is just that for the last couple of years, we've enjoyed incredible health with AJ Brown and Devonta Smith. And hopefully this year too. Yep. But if, God forbid, someone were to go down for a couple games, having Jahan Dotson as our number 2 instead of Paris Campbell is huge.
Who's that guy who had Quez Watkins?
God,
I don't want to talk about Quez.
God, he sucks.
he was worse than Aguilar.
Didn't he caught? Never mind, I'm not saying anything.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
I remember that catch. Yeah.
Yes,
non-catch.
Anyway, love it. AJ, any thoughts on Jahan Dotson, new Philadelphia Eagle on the Super Bowl Philadelphia Eagles?
Well, just as soon as I saw it, I just felt like comfortable. Like, okay, wide receiver 3 is
done.
Is taken care of.
Yep.
Like that's been our.
I didn't think we had to do that one. Jeez.
You doing it?
Oh, you want me to do it? Okay.
No, you don't. I mean,
okay. There it is.
There you
No,
go.
honestly,
Podcast.
I just felt like okay, this is finally taken care of. It's
Yeah.
been an issue. Yeah, whether you want to call it an issue or not, it's been a focus that we've needed to address.
Yeah.
It's finally been addressed. It costs nothing essentially, so I'm psyched.
You have a pretty complete pass-catching team around Jalen Hurts. That's pretty good. That's
it's
really
a
good.
big year for Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Like, you got to make it work.
You have Dallas
Yep.
Goedert healthy. You have Saquon Barkley obviously coming in. Now you have Jahan Dotson just to sprinkle in because you have AJ Brown and Devonta Smith. Good for them.
The only questions on offense, we got a new center and we have some questions at right guard. Other than that, I don't know what else you want.
Good luck, Packers. Week
Yeah.
1 coming for your
This is
asses.
so fun, man.
Sorry, I'll look directly at you.
It's gonna be a good.
This is your fault.
The line on that is going back and forth. It swung over to in favor of the Eagles by I think -2, but it hasn't passed that 3, which is if it's inside 3, it's basically kind of like a pick 'em
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
And it kind of hasn't passed that.
What if you look at like all of our lists? We got the Eagles and Packers. What was it, like 5 and 6, or 4 and 5, or 6 and 7?
Yeah, I was thinking the only better matchup you could do is if you threw the Texans in there and you could replace them, like because everyone else has the Eagles at 4, Packers at 5, whatever. And so this is a great game for week 1.
Good times. Just a couple days away. Let's move on here. The Rams have granted permission to linebacker Ernest Jones. Very, very good interior linebacker.
Ernie.
He was a team captain and was entering the final year of his contract. What's interesting about this is that he shortly after went to social media and said, "I did not request a trade." So there's some games being played here between Les Snead and Ernest Johnson. We'll see if he's actually on the market and if he goes somewhere because he could be kind of a changer for a defense. We'll kind of keep an eye on that. Not too much to talk about there. Let's move on. Gabe, you're going to like this one. Bengals wide receiver Jamar Chase has shown up to practice for the first time during training camp. A little late.
It's all right.
A little late.
Better late than never.
Yep. But he's there. As far as we know, Mike Brown is still bending over backwards in his office.
Just
Trying to sign the guy.
He's still attempting to.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's taking him.
He's
taking him a
about
while.
this far.
Yeah.
Almost there. Yeah, but Jamar Chase back in camp. It's huge.
Huge.
Because this could have been.
How many times do I have to hit it, man?
Okay. Yeah, but it's big for the Bengals, big for Joe Burrow, big for their Super Bowl run. We got one star back in camp. At least Hendrickson hasn't been a holdout. They could pay someone, that'd be nice, but at least these guys are
giving
playing.
such last dance, like this whole situation.
Yeah.
T. Higgins gone, Jamar Chase unsigned for God knows what. Another owner who's been cheap forever.
How old are you?
I am under 40 and above 20.
So he's 30. So I want a question for the producer desk.
Okay.
What is too old to be using giving?
Giving. As you said, I was like, Angel, no.
Yeah.
Don't use this as giving.
You're 30 years old, my guy.
Hold on, I'm so confused. What's giving?
Yeah, exactly.
I guess that's the question.
Exactly.
Game's
No,
obviously
yeah.
past the
See,
mark.
my young wife says that. And,
Yeah.
And
Well, if Angel's 30, I'm 32, so I would say 31.
So like people nowadays are like, hey, it's giving.
It's giving.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
giving.
So he just used that in a football
Angel.
context, which is I hate.
that's horrible. It's a bad mixture.
Now I'm going to say it every show.
It's like young Taylor Swift fans type. It's giving Taylor Swift fans. Vibes.
Sorry, I'm glad it caught your eye
No.
too.
As soon as he said, I was like, oh, no.
That's what you get with that
no.
Packers joke.
I will keep saying it every show. That's how I'm going to walk him in the podcast listeners. It's
Gabe,
giving
you need to get a drop
podcasting.
for it then. You need to
It's
get a
giving
drop.
audio.
Yeah.
It's giving audio only.
God, we need the season to start.
Yeah.
Let's move on here. Creed Humphrey, big man from the Super Bowl champs Chiefs. He gets paid 4 years, $72 million, $50 million guaranteed. A super, obviously, important part of this Chiefs offense. I feel like in every dynasty, in every great Super Bowl team, there's those just leader offensive linemen.
Unsung
Yeah, you know
heroes.
what? I wasn't able to do it for him, but for linemen,
We love the big men around
I
here.
love linemen getting paid.
And so he gets paid best center in the league.
Yeah.
As of now, yeah.
Kelsey
He
left.
kind of
so
took
yeah.
over even before Kelsey left.
And
Like,
there's
it was already debate.
and him and Trey Smith, obviously those two, they drafted them right after that debacle of a Super Bowl where Mahomes was running around. What a gift. They drafted them so well. And like we say every time, you get players, you develop them, and then you sign them.
And,
This is
then you
fantastic.
sign them. Then you pay them.
And you pay them.
It has to be so frustrating. I don't want to go back to the Cowboys, but
This is what you do.
Chiefs paying everyone.
It's a testament of these bad GMs and owners. Like,
And
look what they do.
I know I'm an Eagle fan, but Eagles paid everyone.
This is what you when you have a good player that you draft.
pay your guys.
Pay your guys.
Even if they didn't win the Super Bowl the year before.
I'll even say the Packers. Love got 1 year, and we're like, pay him. Just go in.
get it over
We're
with.
going to
You know.
lock him in.
That one was a little early. I think.
no, but for the
I really can't with you.
No, you're right, though. You're right. You pay your guys.
this is good. I'm not sure whether it puts him as far as like highest paid center or lineman, but he's worth it. He's a very good center.
Yep.
I think the tweet said highest paid of all time.
Good for you,
Good for
man.
him.
Yeah,
highest
good for
paid
you,
center in
dude.
NFL history. Yep.
Good for
Deserves
and
it.
Worth it, dude. Yeah.
Last thing here, AJ Terrell also gets paid here. Falcons cornerback AJ Terrell, 4-year extension, $81 million, 65 guaranteed. So they lock up their CB1. And
secondary.
Falcons going for it, man.
That's-
we'll
I
see.
so
love the
fun.
Falcons.
It's so
It's gonna
They're
be
so much fun.
there's the most fun experiment ever. Even like the whole Michael Penix thing. Like a part of me is like, if Cousins got a little hurt for a couple
Right,
games,
yeah, yeah.
Not like crazy hurt.
you know what I'm saying? Just a little bit,
like
3 or 4 games. I love to see Penix. I love to see what he can do.
Little calf strain.
What if Penix goes in, tears it up?
Good luck. Good luck.
And like a perfect division to do it to. There's no
Yeah,
competition
yeah,
there.
yeah.
You could just run away with that division.
Yeah, they could literally just use the first 6 games just to figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, all right, let's get serious. And they just win the division.
Oh, shout out to all those NFC South fans. God.
Yeah, you really took a shot at them there.
No, I didn't. You guys did.
Yes, I did. Let's take a quick break. When we get back, we're going to get into our last mock draft of the season. Dynasty 12-team, right? 12-team? 10-team?
10 team.
10-team. And us 4 in the room. Let's get it. Okay, we're back with our Dynasty mock draft. Last one of the season. Boys ready?
Yeah, let's
do it.
little preamble with what's your how do you draft when it's dynasty and redraft? Like what's your
I just draft to win,
How much
really.
does age draft factor in a dynasty draft?
I love them young. I love no, honestly, I prefer like the younger players. Like older players just I feel like in a dynasty league, I'm constantly looking how I can get rid of older players.
Well, you want to look at your team after a draft like this and be like, I'm good for 5 years.
Yeah.
Like,
See, that's a little too much. I have like more of like a 2-3 year.
okay.
It is.
Yeah,
It
but,
is.
I mean, different people.
It's hard to find a lot because some owners do what you guys just did. Some other owners think more like 5 years. Some owners think like I need for 2 years and then we're done.
It also, I think, depends on your league. Like, if you
Yeah.
think, like, you're good enough or your league is bad enough for you to just, like, rebound from going all in every year, then just go all in every
Yeah.
year. Like, if you're like, no, I could still end up with all young players next year if I wanted to.
Yeah, it's funny because before we kind of started this, we saw Tyreek Hill in like rate number 9.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? But in Dynasty, he's 29 years old, so
Yeah.
it's a little bit different how you view him.
Like, just for example, we're all in the same Dynasty league. In my Dynasty league, I traded for Tyreek Hill in the offseason, and, like, I had anxiety about, like, okay, he's 31.
31, sorry, yeah.
You know, so it's older. Should I move on? And I kind of landed where, like, you know what? He's one of those guys I'm just going to ride him to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Like, unless someone makes, like, a Godfather offer, I'm probably just going to ride him to the ground. Even though the rest of my rosters, I try to keep them pretty young. But
Yeah.
Well, I think
I feel like there's those
that's
exceptions.
the best combo. Like if you've got guys that you're like, if Tyreek Hill falls off a cliff,
Yeah.
then I'm set with like this guy, then that's the perfect
Yeah.
type of roster to take a flyer.
Yeah,
on a guy
age
like
is
that.
definitely a thing here.
we'll see.
So,
I'll tell you what, the league gets a little deeper here with being able to look at younger players and
Yep.
kind of project. So we'll see how we've never done this before as far as
That's
in like
fun, yeah.
from like we have a dynasty league that we draft the rookies and the drop players. But as far as starting from square one,
it's been.
We did that 7 years ago,
7 years
6
ago.
or 7 years ago.
kind of crazy.
I didn't know who I
So let's
drafted.
jump into it, boys. Let me recap the order here real quick. Gabe, you're picking 2. AJ, you're going 3. AJ, you're going 4. Angel's going 3. And I'm going all the way back at number 9 here. Push and start, and we're going to start. Team 1 goes Justin Jefferson. Now, it's a dynasty league, so it's a little different. Tyreek Hill,
You still
running
have-
backs.
You have McCarthy still the next year, so I think you're just fine.
Yeah. Gabe, you're on the clock here at number 2.
I'm probably going to go with the best, youngest running back. I'm going to go with Breece Hall right here.
Man, I think it's a great dynasty.
See, Christian
pick.
McCaffrey is falling, and I am not going to be the one who drafts Christian McCaffrey. But what's funny,
I wonder if he reaches me at 9.
and,
He could.
I mean, because I'm taking right here, I'm going to take Bijan Robinson because he's a phenomenal talent.
Yeah.
I'm just taking because he's young too. So see if AJ's going to take this Christian McCaffrey. It's not even bait. It's
I'm
just,
not taking Christian McCaffrey. I'm
It's so-
not taking the 29-year-old running back in a dynasty league with the 4th pick.
That's crazy how much you think differently in dynasty.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
just-
I do.
It's just wild.
Because we're all trying to build a dynasty.
I mean, Bijan was definitely the guy I was going to go for.
Yeah.
Looking at, obviously, CeeDee Lamb and Jamar Chase. They're in the same position. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I think just my personal, I love Jamar Chase. I'm going to take Jamar Chase here.
Yeah, Jamar Chase is going to be tied to Burrow. We know that. So I think as a tiebreaker, that would give me the tie to him as well. Like, we know Chase is going to be
Right.
catching balls with
Right.
Burrow. Lamb, I don't know who's going to be catching balls, so we'll see. McCaffrey goes right after, by the way, but right before Lamb. I'm probably taking Lamb before McCaffrey, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, am I
I'm taking
taking
St. Brown.
Brown?
I'm taking
Yeah.
St. Brown.
Yeah.
I'm taking Jahmyr Gibbs before McCaffrey.
I'm not taking Jamar Gibbs.
I would
in
stop.
a dynasty?
In a
Yeah.
dynasty now.
Yeah, I don't
Well,
know.
that's how
I got to see Gibbs.
I would stop with
More.
it. I'm on opposite. I wouldn't go past Amon-Ra. I would take CMC before Amon-Ra.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Yeah. But that's just mine. It's just
It's tough, man.
it's tough because
There's a dynasty.
he's 29 years old with a history of injuries. That's why you kind of think this way.
I'm going to go here at number 9 with someone that I feel like I'm never gonna have my team because he's not my team now, and he's a rookie this year, and he's supposed to be supposed to be those guys. You know, next year, hopefully he's getting it's the choice is Justin Jefferson or Marvin Harrison. We'll see. I'm going Marvin Harrison, Cardinals. Here at number 9, and I'm pretty pumped about it. Tyreek Hill goes right after on the turn. Puka Nacua goes. I literally would have picked Puka Nacua.
Pooks.
To marry Nacua and Harrison is just beautiful.
Yeah.
Not too far from that though is there's a good group of guys here on the turn.
Yep.
I love Garrett Wilson. I am a little concerned with how long Aaron Rodgers is going to play because this is a dynasty league.
That's a thing.
I'm an Eagles fan. Gabe will not trade me AJ Brown in our dynasty
He won't
league.
trade him to me either.
And he's only 27. He's not old.
He's only
He's
27. I'm gonna go. Am I going 0 RB here?
Welcome to the club, dude.
Wow, when did that happen?
Yeah.
I'm going AJ Brown. I'm going AJ Brown here, and I'm going Marvin Harrison, AJ Brown. Ooh,
Wilson right after.
I didn't realize that, Angel. You went running back with your first pick.
yeah.
Well, it's a 22-year-old running back who's like a
So Garrett Wilson goes, and then we have a little run on running backs: Etienne, Jonathan Taylor, and Saquon Barkley. AJ, you're on the clock here. You went Jamar Chase. Who's your second pick?
I'm definitely going 0 RB here. I think in Dynasty, 0 RB, you're going to get a guy or two that's going to be like the guy of his franchise, whether it's by the end of this year, whether it's next year. If I'm doing a Dynasty draft, I don't care anything about this year. I'm looking at next year. I'm looking at beyond.
I'm trying to guess who you're talking
I'm going to
about
go
here.
with a guy who I've seen be called the number 1 Dynasty asset in fantasy football.
Don't say it.
I'm going with quarterback Josh Allen.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to argue against Josh Allen, man. Back-to-back QB1 years, has never finished outside top 5. Like, he's so good because of that running element. And he's the reason Justin Fields was drafted, I think. He's the reason Anthony Richardson was drafted.
Yep.
Like, I feel it's not Lamar Jackson. People look at Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Josh Allen is kind of like the next iteration of Lamar Jackson, a guy who can run, but also can kill you with his arm. I don't mind it. Josh Allen in the second round. That's crazy. Angel, you're up.
Yeah, I'm gonna revert back to my 0 RB, even though I took an RB in the first round. I'm gonna go wide out here. I was trying to decide between Malik Neighbors and Drake London, but Drake London, you can kind of see what's gonna happen. Kirk Cousins, and then you have a quarterback waiting. Olave, not Olave. Neighbors, you just don't know who the hell's what's gonna be there.
Yeah,
it might be Drew Lock by the end of the season.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go Drake London here. So 2 Falcons.
Yeah, Angel's all in the Falcons train. And
All
I think that is a good point in Dynasty to know that there is a plan of succession already laid out.
Yep.
You're going to get great years from Kirk Cousins, 2 or 3 years, and then you're going to get Penix, who maybe he's on that Jordan Love plan, and he just picks up there, and you get another who knows how many years from him. I like that thinking in Dynasty. Gabe?
I was gonna go with Josh Allen here, but since AJ took him, I have to go.
He's taken.
I'm gonna have to, but a little bit of crazy one here because we talk about Lamar Jackson all the time. Can he stay healthy? A lot of people really aren't on board with him. I'm gonna go with the younger version, not the younger version of him, but in a dynasty, I like.
Ooh.
Whoa.
I love this pick right here.
Gabe goes Anthony Richardson. Yeah. You like Anthony Richardson, huh?
I like him a lot. I know. The people don't watching don't know what I'm talking about.
Let's talk.
Okay, well let's finish the show first.
Let's talk right now. Actually, no, just kidding. Malik Neighbors goes next. He's interesting, man. It's just that quarterback.
Yeah.
Like if Dak Prescott is throwing Malik Neighbors the ball next year.
Okay.
Good God.
All right, wait. Okay. Let's run a little scenario. Dak Prescott's the quarterback for the Giants next year. Would you take Marvin Harrison Jr. next year, or would you take
Marvin Harrison Jr.?
Would you
But
take?
it's a close second.
Yeah.
Release
What
name,
about like a
Malik
Garrett Wilson with Aaron Rodgers
Malik
next?
Neighbors.
Okay, there you go.
Because how much longer is Aaron Rodgers going to play?
I was waiting for that
Right.
bar. So Neighbors is interesting because he could be scary Terry, or he could be Garrett Wilson. It's interesting.
Malik Neighbors to me is going to be Stephon Diggs. I don't know why. I just feel like
He's gonna be good. I still know who's not throwing the ball.
for some reason, I was hoping Laporta would reach the end of this round. He goes literally first in the round. So Laporta goes. Gabe, you're on the turn here. You went A-Rich. You have Breece Hall. You like him young.
Like him young.
You need to stop saying that, man. I think again, it's just gonna be
Hold on. What's on your Twitter handle? Have you seen your bio?
on my Twitter handle.
Gabe has a Twitter?
I have it on my Twitter, and
Do you remember what you left as your bio?
No. Oh God, I'm really worried.
It's that office quote about
Oh yeah.
little kid lover.
I don't care.
Bro, you gotta change that.
I'm on Twitter.
That
in
is
like 6 years.
pre-cancel culture.
Yeah, for real.
Little kid lover. Sorry.
Thank you so much for telling me that. I'm gonna try to log on.
I don't remember my password.
Sorry. Okay, make your pick.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get. I just feel like here's some advice for the people that are watching. If you're doing a dynasty
I like
league,
it.
Oh, she look into the camera.
Receivers come and go every year.
Pause.
Don't.
Why?
Can I finish, man?
Let him make his. God.
Receivers come and go every year. Don't, unless it's like a Marvin Harrison with Joey. I do agree with that pick. You don't have to kill yourself in the early rounds. Oh, I need to make sure I grab one of these young receivers. There's always going to be a young receiver the year after. So
This is the polar opposite of your strategy.
Well, I kind of feel like the dynasty,
recently.
like it's a little different here. So with Laporta going, he was going to be my next pick. I want to take him there. I'm going to go ahead and take a position that is hard to draft, that's hard to nail. Kincaid here, I feel, is a good pick.
Wow. That was my next pick.
I love Hall, and then who else am I got? Yeah, Hall, Richardson, and Kincaid here. This is how you start these dynasty drafts. Don't overshoot for the wideout in the early rounds. Just wait; they're gonna be there.
What's fun here, and I think all three of you guys have done it, is you've managed to stay young with win now guys and prioritize like a Drake London over, whatever receiver is kind of in his prime, like a DJ Moore or someone who's probably a little better right now, but Drake London's going to last you longer type thing. You guys have stayed young and yet kept yourself in the championship mix, and that's kind of the key in these early rounds to dynasty drafts. Angel, you went Bijan, you went Drake London. Sorry, you went Drake London, and then what's your third pick?
Yeah, I was going to. I feel like tight ends, back-to-back tight ends. I don't want to get too lost in the weeds because that's the hardest spot to find in all fantasies is a young tight end.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go Trey McBride from the Cardinals.
Damn it.
24 years old. Number 2 option for Kyler Murray, who's always supported fantasy-relevant players. Yeah, Trey McBride.
3 tight ends.
Jeez.
Well, I still want to be last and get stuck with,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I agree.
some
tight end run.
old guy like Kelsey.
A tight end run to start the third round here. AJ, you're on the clock.
Well, I was going to go Kincaid, then I was going to go McBride. I am going to hold off. There's 2 guys, 2 young tight ends I wouldn't mind having.
Kyle Pitts.
I think I can, if you let me draft.
You stop interrupting everyone.
Yeah, when it comes to your next pick, I'm going to be interrupting everything.
I think I can hold off. Man, that really throws a wrench. Jalen Waddle is very interesting here. Very interesting.
No, I think you should pass on him.
How much longer is Tyreek Hill going to be there? Mm-hmm. How healthy does Jalen Waddle stay?
Yeah.
I'm going to draft Jalen Waddle.
Waddle's still very young and a very good offense.
You know what's in my mind about Tyreek Hill? Now that I just say it. A couple years ago, remember when he said, "I'm gonna retire after I'm 30"?
Yep. Oh. Yep.
Yeah,
He's like backed off that statement, but
Yeah.
it's just like you said it though, bro. Yeah. And then you don't have a contract past 30, so it's a little scary. But yeah, Waddle. I mean, they're only Tyreek Hill, whether or not he retires or not, is only signed 1 more year, and so Tua, if anything else, can support one for sure, probably multiple top receivers, and if you assume Waddle steps into that after getting paid this offseason, I like the pick. Right after Waddle, Mahomes goes Olave, who a lot of people are. Some people are out. Some people are like, he is Garrett Wilson, he is Drake London. I just need to see a quarterback there, or a sniff of a quarterback,
And they're
Maybe it's
making
Spencer
no
Rattler.
moves to like make us think that's happening.
Yeah,
If I'm not mistaken, 2 straight years without 1,000+ yards.
Yeah.
With no quarterback. It's like, God,
That's
just
not
get me the
same
quarterback.
anymore. Oh yeah, with a
No, he
quarterback.
said you were. Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean, if Spencer Rattler turns out to be anything,
he's
that's
crazy talented.
That's the only hope you have there, because you know what Derek Carr is. He's an average as you can get, and that doesn't really translate to fantasy greatness.
Devin A-Chain goes next. He is just, I don't know how to draft that guy. And so I haven't drafted him literally one
He's
time.
weird.
Because I don't know how to draft him. Brandon Ayuk goes, who's,
Like you.
I think in a dynasty draft, Brandon Ayuk's probably a little more valuable than in a redraft. But yeah, Brandon Ayuk goes, I'm on the clock now. I went Marvin Harrison and AJ Brown, so I'm absolutely stocked. Now I'm looking at quarterback, but I pick again in 3 spots. So I'm going to pass on quarterback, and I'm going running back here because I've let the ball drop a little farther than I hoped, and I'm going to go with, Nope, I'm going tight end.
There you
Sorry.
go.
Yep, I'm going tight end, and I'm going to go with someone who is injured, but he's going to come back. He's going to come back to a coach I trust, an offense I trust, and a quarterback, hopefully, that's going to be healthy next year as well, and that is Mr. Hawkman, TJ Hawkinson. I think next year or at the end of this year, he comes back healthy. I heard Stephania Bell of ESPN
Love Stephania Bell.
said that Hawkinson looks great in his recovery, probably going to be back sooner than most people think. And so
good.
Hawkinson tied him 1 last year, so we'll see.
Does it bother you that Stroud went right after?
Yeah.
You were going to take quarterback?
Not at all, because Stroud wasn't the guy I'm going to pick.
Okay.
That's crazy.
I would never pick Stroud ahead of Jalen Hurts. Not on like God's green earth. Would any of you guys do that
In a dynasty?
in a dynasty? No way.
Wait, shout over who? I'm sorry.
Jalen Hurts.
No, I'm
Not a chance.
taking Hurts.
Just in
The
fantasy
running,
in
the
general.
running element.
Throwing quarterbacks are just always going to be a whole tier lower, unless you're throwing unless you have like a 40 piece on your resume. I don't want to. He threw for 23 last year. I got to see it at least once to draft him ahead of someone like Jalen Hurts, who has legit QB1 kind of talent. I'm going Jalen Hurts here. He's also an Eagle, so I guess that might factor in. But I go Jalen Hurts, and I'm happy about it. His boy Devontae Smith goes next. Lamar Jackson, Kenneth Walker, who Kenneth Walker is getting underdrafted.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's having a good year.
He's getting underdrafted. He's going to catch the ball a lot. I don't want to talk too much about it, but Kenneth Walker is not getting the hype, and Pacheco's getting, I think, overhyped. They go back to back.
It's interesting those two are similar, but because you trust the talent of Kenneth Walker a little more.
Absolutely.
But the opportunity of Pacheco's really nice.
But Kenneth Walker might get that opportunity.
They're pretty good too to compare.
AJ, you have your two receivers there, young fellas, with Josh Allen. Who are you going next?
I'm going to stick with another receiver, a super talented guy. Is not the guy this year. Could be by the end of this year. Should be by next year. I'm going with Chicago Bears, Rome Odunze.
See, I'm seeing your 5-year outlook now. You definitely look down the road here because this team is going to be good for a long time. Not sure how much of a contender you are this year,
Right.
But you could be. It's not like these guys are chumps this year.
Exactly.
But definitely growing into it. I like it. Angel, you went McBride and kind of crushed mine AJ's dreams. Where are you going this time?
Yeah, right now I'm deciding between Michael Pittman and Nico Collins. But basically, I trust Stroud more than Richardson because we've seen it a little bit more. So I'm going to take Nico Collins here with the Nico Collins here. 4th round.
Nico goes.
And you're tying yourself to CJ Stroud for the next 3 years, so that's nice.
I think it's going to be Nico and Tank going forward after
Yeah.
this year. I don't know if they keep Stephon Diggs for another year.
Probably not.
I like Nico Collins. It was his 3rd year that he blew up in, and which is a little different, but
Sometimes that happens.
it
but,
looks legit.
Yeah, it looks
Like,
legit. And you're tying yourself to a young quarterback who's going to be there a long time. So you just kind of
I like it.
goes hand in hand.
Gabe, you're up.
I think with my next pick here, I got his quarterback. I think he's young enough. I think he's gonna have a huge year this year. I'm gonna go with Michael Pittman right here as my wide receiver 1.
Michael Pitt and them slants, just slanting your way to a championship.
Look,
I love Michael Pittman, man.
Yeah, and he's going to be underrated his entire career.
Yes.
But he's a good wideout. Yeah.
Rashad White goes next. That is the trickiest of slopes. Team 1 really taking a chance there.
Yep.
DK Metcalf goes, who's just the most impressive looking guy, but I saw him catch a touchdown this weekend. I just thought, oh, good God.
He's the coolest player in the NFL.
But he's never you've had him, I've had him.
I've had him.
I'm just never satisfied. Yeah, Angel, you had him. Never satisfied with him on your fantasy team.
Because, he's good but not great. But then you see him on the field, why isn't this guy great?
Why are
Look
you
at
not
him.
top 5?
He's 6'4", 235, all muscle,
Is
fast
he
as
a
hell.
quarterback away from, Justin Jefferson?
He might be.
Imagine if he gets Dak.
But we're running out of time.
If
Yeah.
DK gets Dak, where is he? And you got to imagine
He's up there with A.J. Brown.
JSN is still on his team.
I would say he's I think it's a good comp right there. He's like an
I'm
AJ Brown.
saying, man,
With
this
his
guy.
teammate from college,
I don't want to think about it. I traded him in my league, so
here we go.
he's not going to be any good. Gabe, you're up again.
Yeah, I like that he went instead of the guy that I'm gonna get right here as my wide receiver 2 or 1, however you look at it. I'm gonna take DJ Moore.
So I like Gabe here. He waits on receiver to the 4th and 5th round, but still ends up with Pittman and DJ Moore. Two guys that are young enough to where you can play him for a couple years. And I am a DJ Moore believer.
I know
in
you
top 10, top 10 potential for sure.
Yeah.
He was top 10 last year with someone who is just not his proficiency at throwing the ball in fields, and now he gets Caleb Williams.
Let's see what Caleb Williams could do for him.
Yeah. So Pittman and Moore, you got to love that. Angel, you're up.
Yeah, going back to the wide receiver well here. It's between Tank Dell and Zay Flowers. Just because I have Nico Collins,
Yeah,
I'm
don't
not
get
gonna-
Tank. Yeah.
I'm not gonna double down. So it's gonna be Zay Flowers. Zay Flowers, Baltimore Ravens, number 1 option, young enough to be good in the next 2-3 years, relevant. Upside might be capped, but still a solid wideout 2, 3.
Yeah, so Zay goes. You pair him with Nico and Drake London, and you're young. You're solid. AJ, you're up.
All right, if I don't go tight end now, I'm not going to get it later. It's not coming back to me.
What are you doing, bro?
Looking between Brock Bowers and Kyle Pitts.
Okay.
Angels argument. There's a succession plan in
get to
place.
you?
Yep, I'm going Kyle Pitts here.
Kyle Pitts
Still 23 years old.
He's so young. That's crazy.
If Kyle Pitts doesn't do it this year, are you done on him?
Then you're done. Yes.
Yes.
Then
Yes.
if
Yeah.
Kirk
In
Cousins,
a new system, though, in the first year. In a new
Okay, yeah.
system?
So that's the question. Do you give him
Because-
another year because of the system?
I
No,
will.
no.
I think I'm
He
there
already
with you,
doesn't get a lot of slack beat, but it wasn't because of him. It was because of who was there. So, is it really just a couple games? Is all we have
I'll
to
say
decide?
this too. I've had Kyle Pitts on my team. I've never actually truly been impressed watching him. You hear how athletic he is.
That's crazy.
You don't quite
crazy.
see like
I know what you're talking about, though.
you get what I'm saying,
You know why?
right?
Because he's a long strider. He doesn't look like he's moving
So he didn't
fast.
look like
Yeah, he's moving. He's a huge person.
And then you keep hearing in training camp, Kirk Cousins loves Kyle Pitts. They're boys.
Yep.
Like all that. So if it does not work this year, then I'm out.
If he has like an
as far as like
an
a
average
top
year.
tight end.
As far as him being top 7, you got to be top 7.
Yeah.
to be relevant, yeah.
Yeah, we'll look forward to seeing it. Josh Jacobs goes next. Travis Kelce finally comes off the board. The other guy you're considering there, Brock Bowers, goes. James Cook, excuse me, goes here in the 5th, at the end of the 5th. I'm up, and I'm going to do my first win now pick. And I'm going to go with running back Derrick Henry. He obviously is a short-term guy here, but I think I'm young enough. This is my RB1. I think Derrick Henry give me great value all the way down here in the 5th, at the end of the 5th round. As my RB run, I like Derrick Henry. I'm back of the clock here, and just as I went short term with Derrick Henry, I'm gonna go a little longer term here with a guy who's playing on the last year of his contract. He's gonna have a great year, I think, because Tyler Boyd is no longer there, and I think we'll move on and be a wide receiver one somewhere. I'm going T. Higgins with my next pick here.
Great dynasty.
And only 25 years old.
25 years old, and I pair him with Marvin Harrison and AJ Brown. Pumped about that. Caleb Williams goes next. DeAndre Swift. Well, I'm starting to grow. DeAndre Swift is someone I just can't quit. Like, I can't quit believing in his potential.
Yeah, he's.
And it's not only his potential. It's just like, okay, is this finally going to be the team who gives him,
allows him to cook,
who allows him to
him.
go?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
We've
I don't
had
know.
2 teams just basically say like, just go.
Yeah.
Just go.
Yeah, just left door open for him. But they paid him right off the bat. They want him. We'll see. Xavier Worthy goes, obviously much more valuable in a dynasty league. Stephon Diggs, AJ, you're up.
All right, still no win now piece. I am going for future.
Yes.
I'm taking Carolina Panthers running back Jonathan Brooks.
I was hoping he lasted one more round.
He was not.
Jonathan,
Not a chance.
he goes here in the 6th round, which I think is nice value for him.
Yep.
Jonathan Brooks, everyone regards him as the top running back in the draft.
He was graded like that, just ACL in November. So it'll be a little while, but he's super young.
Yeah.
And on a team where there's no competition. So
Improved O-line.
yeah.
I'm starting to really buy in on Dave Canales. I
Yep,
like what he's
yep.
doing. And so we'll see Jonathan Brooks.
He's
I think is a
21
nice-
years old.
So young.
And-
AJ really is going.
And you
Futures.
can but I can probably go get Chuba Hubbard in like the 14th if
Yeah,
I want to.
And he's
Like,
kind of patchwork it
true.
until
Yep,
you
yep.
start. Yeah, where you start.
Angel, you haven't picked a running back since the 1st round. You going running back here?
No, sir.
All right.
go to hell.
I'm going with a guy who I get in every single draft since the there it comes. Jorge Pickens. He's on my team. He's on his
Even has his
own.
own name for him.
We were talking about this guy before you guys got here today. I don't know if you guys have seen any of these Steeler games. It doesn't matter if Russ is in there or Fields. They just throw it to him over and over.
He's
again.
all they have.
He's gonna be so unless teams just like decide like you're just not gonna throw it to George Pickens. I'm just gonna double, triple cover him
yeah.
because your other guy is Van freaking Jefferson.
What a stud.
Now does a potential Ayuk trade scare you at all?
No, sir, because I
What?
think this, I don't know
Yes,
where
it does.
No one knows. It scares you, but like not enough to influence my draft because Ayuk can go anywhere.
No, not to influence your draft, but I'm saying if like
if we went there, yeah, that would
if
suck.
tomorrow Ayuk gets straight, yeah.
Then he'd be like best case scenario. In the best case scenario, he'd be like a Jalen Waddle where it's
Devonta
nice,
Smith.
but he's capped. Like there's
I
no.
don't think that's his best case scenario because I don't know if this offense is ever gonna have that kind of passing volume. I think
It's an Arthur Smith offense.
If Ayuk goes here,
We're just hoping he doesn't go there.
yeah, God, you're in trouble.
Now
my
here's
friend.
another question I have. So we just saw an Arthur Smith offense with
Yeah.
Drake London. and Bijan Robinson, right?
Yeah.
And like, oh yeah, Arthur Smith's gone. Those guys are going to take off.
Yeah.
Why are we still in on George Pickens and like a lot of people in on Najee Harris
Very true.
to an offense that Arthur Smith is going to? When we're talking about the guys that he just left, they're going to take off now.
So I'm okay with the Pickens one because there's literally no one else.
Yeah, right.
Like Pat Freiermuth is the second guy, unless the rookie Roman Wilson isn't anything. The running backs, though, we were just having this conversation. I don't know why when Arthur Smith tanked Bijan freaking Robinson and Tyler Algier.
And everybody loves Najee Harris.
And now
this
everyone
year.
thinks for some reason he's going to be good for Najee Harris and Warren.
Jalen Warren, yeah.
I'm out on those guys. Anyways, let's move on here. Gabe, you're up.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and start adding to that flex spot of mine. I'm going to go ahead and get... I'm really back and forth right now, but I'm going to go ahead and... screw it. I'm doing it. I'm going to do... It's more of a win now, but it's just because
I like it.
I like what
like
we got
it.
there. Not counting him being as a
That's
wide
where I
receiver
was planning on going next.
Just 2 years away from huge season.
Exactly.
I like
So 2 years away from being 2 years away.
I was about to say the same thing.
Yeah, you're away from me, you're away.
Yeah.
Okay, Joe Mixon goes next. Then Joe Burrow. Gabe, you're up again.
So I'm going to go ahead and fill out the last spot of my flex positions. I'm going to go with the guy who, Packer fans, listen to me, okay? Everyone's looking for the wide receiver one. I'm telling you, this is going to be the wide receiver one. This is going to either be a freezing cold take or the best take I've ever had in my life. I'm going to go ahead and get Jaden Reed. I'm going to put him in the same exact spot that I'm going to put my team in now, at the flex 2 spot.
I literally just saw another Packers podcast go, wide receiver number 1 on the Packers, Romeo Dobbs. Book it. I can't tell what this dude is.
We're just making bets at this point. Yeah.
People just go for their guy because no one knows really.
Yeah, so Jaden Reed. But if you do hit, you get Jordan Love's at the start of his regime.
Yeah.
Jordan Love's number 1 guy. So I get in the 7th round. It's not huge capital. Angel, you're up.
Yeah, I'm going back to the wideout well. I'm getting a guy connected to Patrick Mahomes. And
I knew it. I saw Angel's name. Like, he's not letting this guy
in
go.
Dynasty,
The criminal?
Alleged criminal. He walked away from that situation.
With a gun in his hand.
Honestly,
With a loaded weapon.
look, man,
On film.
look, all can be forgiven. All can be forgiven.
Literally.
Yeah, suspension coming, but in a Dynasty, you just kind of have to he's good enough to where he's like, just by himself, he's good. Then you tie him to Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid.
Great pick.
Solid. So, Rashee Rice right here.
Rashee Rice is going to be – he has a floor of wide receiver 2 the rest of his career if he stays in the Chiefs.
Yep.
So I think he's well worth eating those 6 games that he'll eventually get with that kind of talent. And if he could turn out to be much, much more.
Yeah.
Like he could be that wide receiver 1 if they expand his route tree a little bit, give him a little more. I love the pick. I mean, a pick after Jaden Reed. And I love Jaden Reed too, but there's obviously so much more unknown with Jaden Reed. You get Rashee Rice. I love the pick. AJ, you're up.
In a perfect world where the Seattle Seahawks have a quarterback, JSN is like a home run.
He's so good, man. He's so good.
He had a touchdown. That's pretty cool.
So you look at I look at JSN and I look at Brian Thomas, who has a quarterback. I'm going to stick with the talent. JSN's so intriguing here at this point in the draft. I'm going to draft.
At some point, Lockett will age. At some point.
Yeah.
He has to age,
He
right?
has to.
Everyone ages.
Wide receiver run here. He goes JSN, Jordan Addison, Devontae Adams, Keon Coleman. So a bunch of young guys in there with Devontae Adams. Keon Coleman's interesting. Ramondre Stevenson goes all the way in the 7th round. I don't know why this guy's not gotten respected, myself included. He's going to be Rachaad White this year at the very least. Okay, I'm on the clock here. Ramondre goes. I'm up next. I'm going to go with my running back who I think a year out from the ACL now. I think he's healthy. I'm hoping the Broncos sign him.
Chill.
Or else I'm going to be a little bit disappointed here because it's so tricky when a running back moves on, like as far as what situation he'll end up in. I'm going to go Javonte Williams here as my kind of youngest running back who I think is going to be good for me this year. Mark Andrews goes next, then Zamir White. Next, I'm going to go with my flex spot here, and I'm going to go, I'm going to go a little young here just to, I don't have a lot of just like lottery ticket young guys, and I'm going to go with the guy who was mentioned earlier. I don't love the quarterback, but I love what I've seen of him so far. I'm going to go Brian Thomas Jr. From the Jaguars.
He showed some flashes in preseason.
He looks good, man. Yeah. My question is more with Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Mike Evans goes, then Alvin Kamara goes, Jordan Love. Terry McLaurin is another guy.
That's one
I was considering him, but I don't know why. Dang, I should have went Terry McLaurin.
What is he, 27, 28?
28.
In the 8th round.
Yeah, that's going to be a good value.
was
Good
hoping
job,
he would
Team
go to
5. Team 5 is cooking.
Team 5 is on their shit.
Has McCaffrey, Barkley, Patrick Mahomes. Jeez. Team 5 is kicking their ass.
Diggs. God.
AJ, you're up.
Man, I don't love any of the names that are sitting here.
I'm going to trade back.
What can I offer him?
I'm going to pass.
Oh man.
See, this is where it gets so different with Dynasty.
Yeah.
Because like in a regular league, David Montgomery
Easy.
in the 8th round. That's unbelievable. I mean,
So
even
maybe
Amari
now
Cooper here.
Is now the time when you shift then to the more win now guys?
I think I will. And I think I'm short at running back. I think I'm going with David Montgomery
yeah,
here.
he's so,
And
I
he's
love
a-
Dave Montgomery.
He's at least going to be in there. Maybe
They love him.
He's starting to get a little older now, but
yeah.
you at least get I think 2 years out of him at least.
Yeah.
And obviously they love him there.
You know, honestly though, he's not as old as we think he is.
And he's been in a committee, so he doesn't have the same wear and tear as
Right.
Saquon or Christian McCaffrey.
And they run the ball a lot. So that's the thing. He's in a committee who runs the ball a lot.
But you can start him right now.
You could get 15 carries from him, 15 carries from Jahmyr Gibbs.
And Jahmyr Gibbs goes down. You have
Right.
a top 5 potential type
For sure.
production there. Is Angel on the clock? Yeah, you're on the clock, Angel. You went 4 straight receivers
Yeah.
here. Please, for the love of God, take a running back.
No, sir. I'm going to get a quarterback because I don't want
Now
to
you're just being stubborn.
I just want to drop off too fast. No, because Jaden Daniels sitting here. I don't want to miss out on Jaden
Jesus.
Daniels. So I'm picking Jaden Daniels here. Dual threat quarterback. That's hard to find.
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels.
Is this your QB1?
Yeah, this is my keep one.
Ooh.
Jaden Daniels.
Yeah. Gabe, you're on the clock.
Okay.
You've also gone 4 straight receivers.
Yeah, but I'm actually going to go fill in the last spot on my starting team here. I'm going to take Tony Pollard to be
We were just
running
talking
back
about
too.
it.
Yeah, I watched Tony Pollard play this morning.
Yep.
He looks good.
Yeah.
Looks healthy.
He got the first 10 plays for the Titans. He's the starter.
And
He's
on
the
a
starter, and they're going to mix in Spears.
he's not old, and a team that's young itself, not except for Hopkins. Like, yeah, pretty good vibe.
And a guy that doesn't need to come off the field. He
Yeah.
could play all 3 downs. I think a better runner than Spears. And then he'd do the pass catching work too. So Trey Benson goes right after. It's another guy I've been looking at last couple rounds. I don't love Trey Benson's like athletic profile.
Right.
I don't like to watch him run the ball, but we'll see. We've only seen. That being said, I've seen about less than 10 carries from him, so we'll see. Labiconki goes. Gabe back on the clock.
Yeah, I'm going to go again with a win now piece. I feel like the team is complete. My starting team is completely done. So I'm going to go ahead and get a good backup here. I'm going to go with Aaron Jones. Don't have to rely on him. Don't have to depend too much on
Boy
him.
comes home.
Yeah.
Good
I'm
old
gonna go
5-head.
with Aaron Jones right here.
Quick update, real quick, guys. Patriots are playing right now. Drake May got in the game, went 5 for 6, 71 yards, threw a touchdown.
Nice.
Also had a third down, 17-yard run. So
Nice.
he's close to winning this job.
he's going to win it. They have to
Yeah.
give it to him.
Anyways, let's move on here. Angels on the clock.
Yeah, right now it's a tie, but I'm trying my running back finally.
Yes.
It's going to be Najee Harris or running back for the Washington Commanders, Brian Robinson.
Yeah.
Brian Robinson's being slept on league-wide.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I hate that.
Cliff Kingsbury loves this guy.
I've been waiting for years for him. Now all of a sudden you have this take.
Cliff Kingsbury loves him, which is all you need. He's the offensive coordinator there.
Yeah.
He has shown last year he can catch the ball. He's good. He's good in pass pro. I am not the slightest bit scared of Austin Eckler, dynasty wise. Austin Eckler's on his last year maybe of relevance
Right.
in regular football league. So I'm taking I talk myself into it. I take Brian Robinson here, the Washington Commanders.
Austin Eckler's going to be a great voice in the fantasy community, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been a proponent of
Yeah.
fantasy football a long time.
He's going to be awesome. AJ, you're on the clock here.
Really quick here before you pick, really quick, I just want to ask you guys a question. In a dynasty league, is it crazy that Najee Harris is still available right now?
No. He's on a contract year. You know where he's going to go next year.
And we
I
just-
know we talked about
Wear
Arthur
and
Smith.
tear, yeah.
We just saw Cordell Patterson run a 50-yarder.
Because I was like,
Running like a baby,
I
baby
know.
horse.
because I was going back and forth. Do I want Aaron Jones? Do I want him? And I want to see what AJ did, or I was Angel did. Now he's still available. So
Yeah, and I'm not
before the
taking
computer takes him after AJ. I just want to know if that's crazy that he's still available.
Don't disrespect Team 5 like that. They're dogs.
No, he's a dog. Team 5 is killing it
Five
right
will
now.
get you.
I'm just saying, it's just crazy that he's still there.
Where are you going? Oh, sorry, you went Brian Robinson. Angel,
Yeah, so
AJ's up. Sorry.
I'm going to go somebody who's not really going to fit my team right now. But when we're talking dynasty, we're talking assets.
Ooh.
This guy is one good receiver away from being a top asset in dynasty fantasy football. I'm taking Justin Herbert here.
Oh, Justin Herbert. Speaking of ass. assets.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
You know, he
Just
didn't
kidding.
take his shirt off in the elevator one time.
yeah, he's a
True-
leader.
he's a
He's a
leader.
leader.
That's
A freaking
leadership
leader.
right there.
He was drenched.
He looked ridiculous.
He looked so hot. Why don't you take your shirt off? I'm a leader.
Leaders don't do that. That's for the weak-minded bitches. Keep my shirt on.
Come on, lad.
Come on.
Lad's all shirtless.
That's a weird bar for leadership.
George Kittle goes next, and then James Conner and Jalen Warren. James Conner in the 11th or in the 9th is crazy. He's
Yeah.
going to be so good this year if he stays healthy. Jalen Warren goes before Najee Harris. Don't like that.
Wow.
Don't love that.
Wow.
Right? Am I right there? Or
I take.
is
I'll
Team
take
7 crazy?
I take Warren.
in the 9th round. I'll take the whoever is there.
I was looking at Ferguson. He went right before me. Damn it. Okay, so I'm up here. I'm pretty much set with my starting lineup. So I'm starting to look at just kind of like best value here as far as long-term stuff. I did draft at my tight end spot TJ Hawkinson. I would like to back that up with someone who I just watched play, and we thought it was a fluke last year, and I'm telling you right now, it's not.
Here we go.
Evan Ingram is going to eat again this year. I saw it again with Trevor Lawrence. He just looks to the guy.
He's climbing up the rankings in a lot of
Telling
people's
you.
minds right now.
I think no one wants to believe it, myself included, because all the crap years we got from him
Right.
in New York. But I think he's there. I think Evan Ingram is the guy, and I take him as my Hawkinson insurance. And if Hawkinson never even comes around, I'm happy with Evan Ingram.
I'll tell you this. I had him on my team in our league last year, and I just felt when I had him in my starting lineup and I watched the Jaguars play, I just felt so safe. Like the ball went to him so many times
Yeah, he
every
peppers
Sunday.
him.
And that's tough to feel safe with a tight end.
Yeah.
Tight end, that's a position you're...
And it's crazy that he's the guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Evan Ingram, this guy who was a washout in for the Giants, now is a...
Shows you how bad Daniel Jones is.
Or how mismanaged the Giants are in the last 5-6 years.
Amari Cooper goes next, then finally Najee Harris goes there on the turn. I'm going to go now next. I'm still in that mode where I am looking more down the road than I am win now. I kind of have my team set up for this year. And as I scroll down here, I see a couple guys who are interesting. Chase Brown's an interesting name. I'm going to go with the guy. This is a total dart throw, but I'm hoping a change of scenery is finally the guy that's going to unlock this guy. He goes to Cleveland. Wide receiver, Jerry Jeudy. Amari Cooper leaves next year.
I can't do it.
They paid him. He's going to be wide receiver 1. I'm going to buy the hype. And you know why I'm not? You know why I don't? I'm scared because I'm buying a bunch of training camp videos, which is just how Jerry Jeudy has gotten us.
That's how he gets
his
you.
whole career. But
Well, he runs his routes so aggressively
So
and
good, yeah.
animated. Like,
Yeah.
is
Do
he
it in a
actually
game.
creating separation?
him and Calvin Ridley are just so good at that.
They're very good at camp videos.
I blew that pick. Okay. Well. Did it pause? No. Najee Harris goes. Oh, sorry. Where am I?
AJ.
Sorry. Yeah. It went all the way across here. Christian Kirk goes. Nick Chubb goes. No, thank you. I am out on
Yeah.
that knee. Got so up.
I audibly
already squatting
screamed out
like
loud when I
500
saw that
pounds on
injury
it.
last
I get
year.
he's squatting, but that knee got so like. Look into what happened to his knee.
If there's any guy, I don't know.
Nope.
Squatting means nothing, and I'll tell you, like I'm dealing with a knee injury right now.
Yeah.
I can
And a recently injured Achilles.
Yeah, I can squat just like I did before.
500 pounds.
Not 500 pounds, but I can do what I could do before. I still can't step on a basketball court. I can't cut.
Yeah,
I can't.
it's
I
different.
can't spin. I can't. It's different. It's Squatting video is nice, but
We should
no.
have our bench, our squat,
Yeah.
like numbers as we're introduced.
Let's definitely not do that. No.
Tajay Spears finally goes. Chris Godwin goes after Chubb.
10th round.
Yeah. AJ, you're up.
So Tajay Spears was the guy I was looking at here. I'm going to still take a running back here. I'm going to take Los Angeles Rams, Blake Corum.
Yeah. I don't trust Sean McVay with running backs. He's just so weird. Like, would it be that surprising this year if all of a sudden he just decides, you know, Kai Williams isn't the guy? It's Blake Corum.
Yeah, and that's so
It'd be on
Sean
brand.
McVay to
Yeah.
do. And this is a type of pick that, like, in the 10th round, I'm okay with this. Like, a talent like Blake Corum in a dynasty draft should be going higher than this.
Yeah.
But on a Sean McVay team, I'm perfectly fine taking him in the 10th. He could be the guy this year. He could be the guy next year. And then he could just be gone.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Blake Corum goes. Angel, you're up.
yeah.
You need running back so badly. There's only 5 rounds left.
Yeah, I'm going to do a little win now guy. I like Zach Moss this year in regular
Yeah.
leagues. I think Zach Moss will be a nice guy as I got deep in my my running back room here. Zach Moss didn't play the whole preseason for a reason. He's the starter out the gate. I'm not sure if he's going to get all the snaps, but Zach Moss here. okay pick for a dynasty.
Zach Moss, which bravo to him because we were joking about him just in the fantasy world last year. He goes to the Colts, balls out, now is the replacement for Mixon in Cincinnati. Gabe, you're up.
I'm going to get my backup quarterback here, and I'm happy that he's somewhat of a running guy, so I'm going to go ahead and grab Kyler Murray.
Nice.
That's great value. Kyler Murray in the 11th is great value. Njoku goes Xavier Legette, who I don't think he's wide receiver-y enough.
Yeah, he's funny.
He's
funny.
Yep. No, I get it.
I just don't
Expand a little bit on that one.
I just don't think he's like polished. He could grow into that.
He's just super raw.
Have we heard anything from training camp, from preseason games? Like,
he's just a guy he's like Laviska Shenault.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
He's just not receiver-y enough.
Like, he's an athlete. I'm not sure if he's a receiver. That's funny.
Gabe, back on the board.
Joey, make an argument for me. If I want to commit over Goddard here as a backup, what would your argument be for
If you want to commit
over Goddard?
I tell you, don't do it. They just got Gerald Everett. Just commit.
He's so far down the
he just went from
order.
like the second to where he was like a hit or miss tight end. Now he's like the fifth. No, thank you. No, I'm not going to
So
do it.
is Goddard a better
Goddard's the
option?
fifth as well, though.
Even adding Dotson is Goddard. Because I'm just looking for the backups here, so I need a backup tight end here.
Personally,
I don't
I go
like
Goddard.
anything that's below him.
Personally, I go Goddard. I don't think it changes that much the outlook of your team, but personally, I go Goddard. I just commit just talent level now.
Okay. Goddard it is.
I'm really honored you let me do that. Angel, you're up in just a running back thirsty team.
You need to look for the diamond.
This
in
guy
the rough.
waited 7 rounds to pick it the second. Never mind. Go ahead. Your no RB
yeah, dude.
strategy, but you ended up with Brad Robinson, Zach Moss. Not bad.
About to win this shit.
Not great, but not bad.
Okay. I honestly, I'm thinking of a can of wideout. Keenan Allen sitting here. I think he's good for this year.
How are you going to get him in your lineup?
I'm going to trade his ass.
You're going to trade your 38-year-old receiver.
Hey, he's 32. No, actually, another guy who's going to be a year Band-Aid kind of guy, Devin Singletary.
Devin.
Just say he's his best thing he has going for him, he's the starter for a football team. That's kind of the best thing that you can paint
I don't
for
like
him.
Devin Singletary.
I don't like him either. But he's like kind of like the stupid responsible. That makes sense. Like he's dumb to take him, but like you get why.
Any worry that he's on the Giants?
I mean, not a lot of touchdowns, but at this point with the way I constructed my roster, just
the
the
11th
opportunity.
round, too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just taking shots here. So Devin Singletary.
All right, Singletary goes. AJ back on the clock.
Okay, let me see who I have in my queue. He's still there. Okay. Couple young guys I'm looking at. I'm sticking with that mentality of the next 5 years, 4 years, 3 years. But I like a nice win now guy here in Calvin Ridley in the 11th round. This is that's a great spot.
I think it's going to work with him and
After watching today,
I think it's going to work. I think I like the timing. I don't know. That offense looked really good today.
Yeah.
Okay. So Calvin really goes. Then Christian Watson, Brock Purdy, Hollywood Brown, Dak finally goes. I'm back up here, and I'm gonna go with a young cat who, to me, has been the most surprising first round rookie. I think he's first round rookie, but the most surprising rookie that I've seen so far, as far as on the offensive side. Wide receiver for the Colts. I think he is
second round,
way more polished than I thought he was.
Yeah.
I thought he was a one-trick down-the-field pony. Yep. He looks really good as far as separation goes. Mm-hmm. I think with a quarterback like Anthony Richardson, separation is going to be huge. Those kind of receivers, I'm going to go A.D. Mitchell from Texas to Indy, and I love it. Jameson Williams goes, then Austin Eckler, the old man himself, goes. I'm going to go with the guy to win now, and why not? I think if he stays healthy, who knows what he can do with Caleb Williams as quarterback. I'm going Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen is
in the 12th.
Yeah, that's a solid.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
It's like a win-win. If
free.
if he doesn't pan out and you pick him at that late, you're fine.
I'll drop and pick some. Yeah. Johnson goes. Ricky Pearsall, who's going to practice for the first time tomorrow. He's finally healthy. Zach Charbonnet goes. Trevor Lawrence. Wah, wah, wah. And then AJ, you're back on the clock.
We're so mean to Trevor Lawrence.
It's kind of shocking this guy's available here in the 12th. Could be the number one, at least a 50-50 split this year in Cincinnati. I'm going with running back Chase Brown.
Yeah, I just don't have the size.
Yeah.
Joey's a real size guy.
You like some young and real size.
Yeah, size matters.
Well, size literally matters at running back. Like, you don't, like, you know.
Yeah, it does matter. It does matter.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
He's just super electric.
You guys
though.
see Deuce Vaughn? He looked really good for the Cowboys.
I don't buy
He
it.
looked really good.
If you're
He's
small-
just so tiny.
If you're smaller than most of the kids I see in high school nowadays, I'm not drafting.
When we saw him at training camp and we couldn't see him behind the just on the sideline,
Yeah.
that was
And
shocking.
he's wearing a
What's his
stupid number?
42, yeah.
What's
Oh,
his
yeah.
official height and weight? It's
5'6". It's my mom's
5'6".
height.
5'6". If a 5'6" running back walks on a high school field, you're saying, "Oh, look, they have a little running back."
Yeah.
On a high school field,
Yeah. Interesting. I'm going to pick the number 1 wideout for the Green Bay Packers.
he might die.
Supposedly, I'm just kidding. I want to get one dart throw at this Packers
I
number
like
1
this. I like
wideouts.
this pick.
One dart throw. I'm going to get Romeo Dobbs because one of them's going to pop off. I just want to pick one of them. That's literally all I can say because I don't know who's going to be the one. Like, as long as I get one dart throw at this, could be a gold mine of fancy talent.
What we do know about Romeo Dobbs, he might lead them in red zone targets, right?
We had a practice session, 4 red zones in a row. He caught 3 of them.
Yeah.
Wow.
3 out of 4 all went to Dobbs.
And you're allowed to say we. 'cause
Extrapolate
you're a
that.
Packers
He's
owner.
he can say we.
You're a Packers owner.
Yeah,
So,
there's been a great connection with him and Love this offseason.
Gabe, back on the clock here.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and let's see here. Don't necessarily need him, but no, I don't want him either. Let's see.
Don't need or want him.
Pass that guy.
Ring endorsement.
A little advice: if you don't need him and you don't,
Don't want him.
Don't get him.
Let him pass that guy.
I like this pick right here. Again, kind of late round. Won't hurt me if he doesn't pan out too well. So
Tyler Lockett.
You go?
I'm taking
God,
Tyler
he's
Lockett.
old.
Hell no.
No, just kidding.
Tyler Lockett.
Thanks,
nice.
guys. Both of you guys.
They're like, fuck that guy.
That being said, I don't like Tyler Lockett.
Yeah,
I legitimately don't like him.
I'm like him personally. I don't think.
I don't respect him as a man.
He keeps his shirt on when he goes in elevators.
He's that kind of guy.
What a bitch, dude.
Hey, is that the new?
trying
did
to
you
fi-
take the bus?
yeah. Did you have a shirt off in an elevator?
Is his hat backwards too? Good God. And he's done. Tua goes. The next one is what I want to talk about. Cortland Sutton or Tyler Lockett?
Cortland Sutton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because he's younger, I
Hey,
think.
Gabe, you blew that pick. Gabe.
Did I miss that one?
Blew the pick. It's all right. I blew a pick a couple rounds ago. You get
all right.
over it.
Okay,
Gabe, back on the clock here. So you can just like what's his name? Trey Lance. Just flush it.
Yep.
Yep.
Flush it down the drain.
On to the next one.
Well, hopefully I make up with this one. I'm gonna take this just because he's recently traded to a better team. I'm gonna take Dotson right here.
Oh, you blew it again.
You're really good at blowing shit. I didn't mean like that.
You can never, every time we get to this part of the draft, we just start. Last time we were talking about all sorts of nonsense.
We're loosey-goosey here.
Okay, home stretch, boys. 13th round.
I'm taking a win now guy in a very good offense who was a top 5 running back last year. Raheem Mostert, just put him on the field somewhere. He'll figure it out.
I'm not playing that game with them. I'm not doing it.
I'll do it one more year.
Yeah. Raheem Mostert goes. AJ, second to last pick. Who you got?
Okay. No way I'm taking DeAndre Hopkins here. It's like no.
D-Hop is still available.
D-Hop's there in the 13th.
He's so old. Like that man over there. It's from SpongeBob.
Like that man.
Joey looks so confused. Okay, so just like you said with the Miami Dolphins backfield.
Miami Heat plays.
I don't
basketball.
like Jalen Wright looks so interesting here, but it's like we talked about Devon A. Chan. Like you just don't know how to draft these guys.
Jalen Wright is pretty. He's pretty like cool. Like he has like.
He's just another guy who fits their mold.
Yeah.
He's speedy.
You know what
like-
I like about him too, as opposed to Devin A-Chain, Jalen Wright has some size.
yeah.
yeah.
I think he's like 210 or something.
Yeah. And
So he could be like maybe that's the guy who lasts.
yeah, because Mostert is kind of bigger too, and he's man, I cannot.
I think he's the same size as Mostert.
yeah.
We care. See, you care about size too.
Listen, folks, don't let them tell you that size doesn't matter.
You know what the problem is? We had too much smoke in this room to start. We're all a little lightheaded right now. AJ, make your pick.
I feel just fine.
I'm going to go with the guy. Team's been calling him a 3-down back. I think the current running back they have, there's a little room for
Don't do it.
for an out. I'm going to go with Green Bay Packers.
You piece of crap.
I did not think he'd make it to me with Gabe having 2 picks before me.
Gabe,
here.
he wouldn't have made it to you next round anyway. I was about to take him. I wanted Marshawn Lloyd there. Cole Kmet goes, then Josh Downs. Jared Goff goes, Dalton Schultz.
Good pick.
Normally, here's where I
Can't
take
hate
Kendre Miller, but I don't know if you've been watching what's
Yeah,
going
yeah.
on in New Orleans.
They hate him.
Dennis Allen hates
They love
Kendre
Taysom
Miller.
Hill still.
Like, he does not have his back.
Dennis Allen hates every player except for Taysom Hill.
No, well, he hates Kendre Miller the most.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
dude,
He was asked about Kendre Miller. I don't know.
yeah, man.
Doesn't show up to practice.
Yeah. So
Just, there's the bus, and Kendre's going,
yeah.
like, I don't know. He does not have Kendre Miller.
he does not like Kendrick Miller.
I don't know if I've ever seen a coach just not like a guy so much. Why did you draft him?
I don't know. It's stupid.
He's just an angry guy, just in general.
Because he's bad at football.
All right, I got my last 2 picks here on the turn, and just I'm looking at the list here, and just everyone sucks. I'm gonna go with who I think might be the most valuable handcuff and someone that I think I can play right now as a decent flex, and that's Tyler Algier of the Atlanta Falcons. I think
Probably the best handcuff.
yeah,
Honestly.
I think so. JJ McCarthy goes next. He's obviously not going to play this year, so yeah, that's
That's
a
a long-term appeal.
team,
That's
team
future.
10 there, really going down the
After
pipe.
drafting Eckler.
Balance. That's balance. Okay, this is my last pick. I have no idea. The list is so. I'll go with. Damn it.
A lot going on here.
I'm gonna go with the guy who I think is gonna be the starting running back for the Cleveland Browns, and he's gonna be. He's in the last round. Okay, I don't think Nick Chubb's gonna make it back healthy. Donta Foreman was hurt and out all throughout camp. He did it last year.
Well,
I'm not saying he's his ceiling is capped for sure.
Chubb's going to come back at some point this year.
Right, and what is he gonna be? Like he's
At least a nuisance to this guy. That's what I'm
I
saying.
don't know. I doubt Chubb comes back and is anything that can hurt Jerome Ford. That's what I'm going to pick here. Jay Ford out of Cleveland.
Okay. I just don't like your take, but it's okay.
Chubb's knee, and he's 28.
No, but they're gonna when he comes back, they're gonna give him the starting carry,
And he's not going to be effective.
but they're gonna give it to him.
And then that's also, like, we don't like a guy coming off an ACL the year after.
Yeah.
Now put this guy, 28 years old, coming off of everything that happened to his knee.
Yeah.
A year after, I'm not worried about Nick Chubb. He can go and bench all he wants to bench. It doesn't.
God, Joey hates Nick Chubb, and size matters.
Kendra Miller goes. Troy Franklin goes. I keep seeing Franklin go, and he's just so far down.
Yeah.
You want to talk about hating the guy?
You guys don't listen to Bronco stuff. He's not killing
we
camp
don't.
at all.
They hate him.
They don't like him.
Yeah.
I don't know why they drafted, to be honest. They don't like him. And also, he's performed bad.
Don't draft Troy Franklin.
Yeah, that's my advice. Oh,
He
God.
will be. He
What
will
if he's
be
good. and
He will
that's
be
like-
available.
Hey, be careful. Be real careful with it.
Angel hates
real
Bo
careful.
Nix and Troy Franklin.
Could you imagine?
I think Franklin's going to be outstanding.
Oh man. By the way, we clipped that in the last show.
Yep.
I thought we got some good responses.
Yep.
I thought people appreciated.
Got a
that
whole
you-
paragraph
that
from
you
that one
spoke to
guy.
them. And I thought it wasn't going to go well because Angel started the whole clip with saying "fuck you guys," and then it still went well. I think you won back some of Broncos
I think
Nation.
it personalizes
Some of the
it.
guys just want nothing to do with it.
Well, because I explained why I felt the way, and I still feel the way. So I'm not
One
gonna.
guy wrote you a book.
Yeah.
If you don't know what we're talking about,
poured his heart out.
Angel is the leader of the anti-Bo Nix Nation in many people's eyes. He isn't actually.
I'm not actually.
And he made that call on draft night, didn't like the pick, and then he kind of walked it back last show. Go watch it if you haven't seen it yet.
Walk
AJ,
back, nothing.
back back on the clock, AJ.
Okay. It's the difference between a win now guy or a guy I think is going to be a nice piece for the future. You know what? I'm not going to veer. I'm just going to stick with what I have been working with. I'm going to go with Luke McCaffrey, wide receiver for the Washington
Yeah,
Commanders.
you know what? Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. Why not? Why not?
At this point in the draft, yeah.
Third round.
Third round pick. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm
Angel,
taking a flyer on him in our show league, and I'm going to do it here.
I think
as
it's the
well.
right guy to take a flyer in that. I mean, they have no one else in that wide receiver room.
All right. That's true. Lou McCaffrey, that might be.
Like Diami Brown.
I don't want to
and-
say Puka Nacua.
That's everybody.
but might be. Yeah, I'm picking a guy whose upside is incredible, phenomenal athlete, impeccable college career. Quarterback Bo Nix.
All I'm thinking right now is like, damn it, I should have drafted Luke McCaffrey.
Oh,
But yeah, Bo Nix,
showed out pretty good.
why not?
Yeah,
Why not?
and-
All right, Gabe, Mr.
bring
Kind
us
of
home.
Irrelevant.
Kind of irrelevant. I'm going to take, if I get the Jaden Reed pick wrong, I think this guy's second in line, best route running
Nice.
on the team. I'm going to take Wicks here.
Dontavian Wicks, another just throw a dart at that Packers
Yep.
wide out.
Yeah.
But I mean, think about it. If he does turn out to be the number one guy in the last round, second to
pretty
last
good.
pick,
And honestly, his only problem last year was he wasn't on the field enough.
Yeah.
When he was on the field, he was
well, it's
awesome.
right when Watson went down, and all of
Yep.
a sudden Wick started to emerge.
And one thing we can count on is Watson going down.
Yeah.
Pause.
It's interesting.
I want to have nothing to do with him this year.
All right, Jalen Wright is Mr. Irrelevant in
seems
this
like
draft. All right, guys, let's do like we do every draft.
What do we
favorite
learn?
pick? Least favorite pick. Most dangerous.
Oh, no, I cooked, so I don't know about least favorite
Yeah,
pick.
that's usually Gabe's line.
No, I have least favorite picks for sure.
Gabe's line is usually what he's like.
I love
team's
my
great.
team. It's flawless.
Gabe, get us started. Favorite pick?
Can I do something different here?
Yeah.
Can I do what did I learn? Because I'm being really
Just
serious
change the
about
game.
it. No,
Yeah.
I'm being real
Why
serious
not?
about this because I feel like we could all agree on this. I really do feel like
We
we
should
could all agree
all
on
make
this.
up our own question.
Left or right? Can I go backwards?
What you got, Gabe? What did you learn?
No, like so we've always talked about like in these snake drafts like the early picks 1 through 5 is always like, oh god, I don't want to be like the snake draft. You have to go all the way around.
Yeah.
I've done it 2 mock drafts in a row now, and I absolutely love that pick.
I would totally
2,
agree.
3,
Totally
it's like
agree.
it
Yep.
really isn't as bad as people think it is, and we've been on that train for years.
So you like the Breece Hall, Anthony Richardson turn?
I love that. Yeah,
and
absolutely.
getting that second, third round turn, I think is nice.
I think, the second, third round is where it really helps.
Yeah.
So that's really what I learned. I learned it's not as bad as we've been saying it for
that
years
being
now.
said, I do not like your third round pick, but
Who is
yeah.
it?
King
I-
Kincaid.
I-
That's
yeah,
not-
But no, I mean,
that pick.
yeah, I think it's great.
go.
AJ, what'd you learn?
I'm going to agree with Gabe. And, Dynasty draft's a little different. In regular redrafts this year, the second round's been kind of bad. Like the guys that are with ADP going in the second round. So I like that drafting early in the first, coming back around tail end of the second, early in the third, because the third round has got some great names this year. And then again, I guess what I learned is I really like my strategy in a dynasty startup, looking at next year and the following years after that. I really like this. I'd love to do a real life dynasty startup draft.
Well, I wouldn't say you have a 5-year outlook. I think you have more of like a 3.
Like a three
Yeah.
year. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it too. I think my favorite pick of yours is probably Jalen Waddle in the third round. I think where he could be in 2 years is like a first, second round type
Right.
guy. And that is true. I don't know if you were getting to this point, but what I noticed here is that these names in the second round that get pushed because it's a dynasty league. I'm looking at Saquon Barkley, Jonathan Taylor, just first round staples. Even like Puka Nacua, AJ Brown, like they get pushed to the second round because it's a dynasty league. I think that's fun. I like that about dynasty. Angel, what did you learn, or what's your favorite pick, or just if you have something else?
Well, if I can just drop my least favorite pick, I think maybe the most risky is Roma Dunze. DJ Moore's locked in for another 4 years there. We don't. I mean, from what we've seen, Caleb Williams looks awesome. We don't know for sure, but he could just kind of fall by the wayside there.
I took him in the 5th round too.
Angel,
Awesome.
What's your take on your team?
Okay, well, what did I learn? There's 2 questions I got to answer.
The list is growing.
I learned that taking wideouts a lot really pays off because in fantasy football in last 4 or 5 years, wideouts gotten so deep that even if you take back to back to back, you're still gonna end up with pretty good guys even if you wait on them. So like you can get Rashee Rice in the 7th round, who might be a number 1 option for. So this is kind of the opposite of the wideout heavy draft. It's like you can wait on wideouts because it's deep this year. Even in Dynasty, you can wait. You have Rashee Rice, you have Zay Flowers, those kind of guys who are still number 1 options for good teams, but aren't like top 5 potential. You can wait on them, still get good quality guys. Least favorite in a dynasty is obviously Mostert and Zach Moss. That's the type of running backs, guys who.
Yeah,
are
I
old.
don't like the way running back worked out for you this time. I thought you waited a little too long.
Well, my mindset was B.J. Robinson can score enough for 2 people, so I can take a little bit more risk on my running backs. That's why I did that. Yeah. I learned that size matters, especially for running backs.
Very good.
That's what I learned.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect you to say anything else there.
Size matters.
My least favorite pick, I'll start with that, is T.J. Hawkinson. I think I took him too early. I think
you did too.
Oh yeah,
I think I responded to a little bit of a tight end run.
Yeah.
And I took him a little too early. I probably should have waited and taken. I mean, Travis Kelce went 2 rounds later. It's pretty much an older version, but still having taken Evan Ingram way later.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, I could have just taken Evan Ingram later.
Yeah, you fucked up there.
So I don't like that pick.
100%.
But my two receivers, I have the best.
Shut up.
I have the best two receivers. I just ignore them at this point. I have the best two receivers there. I think I have a balanced team. Unlike Angels' team, heavily unbalanced. I think my team is very balanced, top to bottom, and I think I played the line of youth win now pretty well.
Yeah.
I love the Derrick Henry pick.
Yeah, so all that to say, and this draft just tells me, Dynasty, you see players so
Different
much
animal.
differently.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
We need to start a Dynasty League.
because Dynasty, you see like guys like DeAndre Hopkins, you're like, I don't want to touch that guy.
Did he get drafted?
I think,
No.
yeah. See, like
didn't
guys
get
like
drafted.
they're guys like that, like Derrick Henry will fall lower. Guys who are win now guys fall lower because of the age thing. You don't want to get an asset that's only an asset for 1 year when you can get like a I don't know, like a Devon Achane who can be an asset for 3 to 4 years. It's just interesting.
All right, guys. Anything else on the mock draft?
Good time.
That reps.
The
Sorry.
team's great.
This was great. This was fun.
That-
I want to start another Dynasty League. Yeah.
I might do it. I might just start one, just for fun.
I'm in.
Yeah. Okay, that's our show for today. Thanks for joining us. That wraps up our fantasy football mock draft coverage for the summer. So,
Yeah.
Good job, guys.
well done, boys. That was a long road. It's football time, baby.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
Teams are
close.
preparing for their week one matchups. I mean, we have player and team predictions later this week. It's gonna be a good time. We will see you Wednesday, the brand new show. Bye.
Peace.